Think we're
Yeah,
here.
we're
Yeah.
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of The Scope, the shittiest show on the internet talking about FPS games. I am joined again by my favoriteest friend in the gaming universe, country music superstar, multi-award-winning
Sensation.
country music artist, taking the world by storm.
Mm.
Walt Hillbilly Man Gabbard is here with us
Thanks
today.
for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here. I brought along one of my best friends with me. His name's Weller. He's glad to be here as well.
I have a Weller glass. It's got the W on there. But it's filled with early times.
Nice.
A little cheaper, little lower end. So we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today. As you can see, Battlefield, Warzone, Rainbow Six, Destiny, Apex, and a weird little game called Road. I think it's called Road to Vostok. I just found it out and threw it on there, so we're gonna make
Word
sure
has it was built by one man
is being
down
built
by the
one
river
man.
under a bridge, but we don't know that for certain.
I think he is. It looks
We'll
like a
talk about it
bridge.
later.
It looks like a bridge built game, for sure.
Yeah, could be.
The other thing that we need to be cognizant of, that's a big word, cognizant of,
Cognizant. Dude, these words are too big for me tonight.
my internet might take an absolute dump at any point in time.
What happened?
I had a very colorful conversation with the internet tech support man, and it really didn't end well for either of us because my internet is still really up and down, and he's probably not going to be that excited to help me out in the future because I dropped a few F-bombs.
Ooh.
Well, so I call him and my internet's going to crap. I have really slow speeds. This happens every once in a while. I live out in the middle of nowhere. I got they moved the antenna for the internet from my house over to my barn, and then I had to pay like a shitload of money for him to bury the wire over to my house because they didn't think it was in a good spot to get good signal. And then
Right.
So then he's like, tell me it might not be in a good spot. I'm like, dude, I just paid a whole bunch of money to move it. It's not that. Well, I can't figure it out. And I'm like, do you have any idea who I am? I am Crash Games on YouTube. I make
Full time,
Dude.
kinda, except when you're working, right?
full time in the evenings for an hour or two. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I make tens of dollars a month on YouTube.
Tens of dollars out here a month.
Tens of
This
dollars.
man's out here disrespecting you like this.
Tens of dollars.
Oh,
Okay. And
unbelievable.
And he has the audacity to say, well, are your devices working? And I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, if everything's working, then I can't fix anything. And I'm like, it would work on dial-up. I could check email on dial-up, but it's not what I'm paying for. And it was just this whole thing. He basically said, well, since you have some internet, then you're fine. And then
You don't understand, man. I need my upload speed, okay?
And I Karened out and said, "Can I speak to your manager?" And then that guy's like, "Oh yeah, there is some issues. It looks like on our end that will have to get rectified, and I'll get back in touch with you later in the week." So who knows? This crappy podcast is running on hopes and dreams right now.
Yeah. And Crash thinks he has the stomach flu. He literally said it 5 times in the build up to this that he's got the stomach flu because his nose itched. He's like, I gotta be coming down with the stomach flu.
Yeah,
My mouth's a little dry. I think I might have.
I could go down at any time. I had friends come visit me whose kids had stomach flu a couple days before they came out, and then one of the other buddies that's headed home, Clark, he got really sick and thrown up on the side of the road. So it's coming for me, and I'm a ticking time bomb.
Pretty much.
I'm freaking out.
Good luck.
So here we are. There's like so much going on. But anyway, guys, yeah, here it is. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That stuff pops up on channel supporters. Chat, it makes you part of the show. I appreciate you guys for being here. As you guys chat, it will pop up on the screen. So when people watch it back as VOD, they see you guys as part of the conversation. That's important to me. And then at the end, we should have time.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Me as well.
It's important to him too. Look at him. So then later on, we will have a chat Q&A, which is essentially just us talking to chat a little bit more. But for now, we're going to try to get through these lovely, lovely, lovely stories. Yeah, I just
I'll start off by saying, I want to start off with a statement. I was just very relieved to find the reason that Battle 2042 failed. I was relieved. We figured it out. They came out, they said it, and it was like, you know what? I feel better now because now at least I know why we were getting no frames and the map sucked and the gameplay sucked, but we know why now.
exactly.
Why was that?
Well, it's because of Halo.
It was because of Halo. And
Yeah,
then it just all makes sense now. I
pretty
get it.
much.
Yep.
So Boone's video just popped up on my YouTube. If you guys don't know, Hillbilly Man's son, Beast Mode Boone, is a massive Twitch streaming sensation. He's a prodigy at Warzone. The kid's insane, and he's doing really well on Twitch. Has an awesome stream. Yeah. Well, it just popped up on YouTube and it recommended his video, and it said, "What did you think of this video?" And I clicked 5 stars, and for the reason I clicked life changing. So I just want you to know that
life changing.
Boone has changed my life.
Boone's out here changing lives, baby.
Changing lives. So yeah, and then she said that was just one part of it, right? Laura Miele, and to be fair, that's the lady that said,
way ahead of schedule.
Yeah, it's the best alpha ever. This game is already coming together, wonderful and easy. So my thing is, they said that it was the biggest challenges were working from home, and what's the other one? New engine updates that caused a lot of bugs and stuff. My question that wasn't answered is, if those are the two concerns, which are valid issues that could cause a game to have issues, why wasn't it delayed? Why didn't they get more time?
Why didn't it get more time?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't understand why you would just completely bury one of the biggest first-person shooter franchises in the space. Like, who thought that was a good idea just to get pre-order money? I don't understand. Like, somebody was wanting the quick buck and they were wanting it now. Like, why? I will never understand that. Because there is no way anybody with any sense whatsoever looked at that game and been like, this thing is ready to ship. There's no possible way. But
yeah, she said they thought they had they thought it was stable and ready to go with no bugs and stuff. And I just don't understand how you can get to that when the performance is so bad. And you talked about that, but like she said, PC players were mad because of a performance cap. Like what?
Because it looked like we were playing a freaking flip book.
Well, there's no like frame limiter or anything. It's like technically unlimited frames. So I don't know what she's saying by PC players were mad at a performance cap. Like, so confusing. But anyway, they came back after that, and the VP of communications, who was going back and forth on Twitter with Tom Henderson over some other stuff, he said that they didn't blame Halo. Like, it's not Halo's fault, that they talked about the other issues. But I honestly didn't see like the blame Halo thing as like a cop out as much as them not finishing the apology. Like, Warzone did the apology where they screwed up, and then they kind of screwed some more stuff up in season 2, it sounds like. But they, instead of saying they had all these issues, it was tough to overcome, we should have delayed it. No, Halo's the thing that got people off of playing it. And then she said
they should never have said that.
And then
should have never said
they shouldn't have, even if that could have been an issue, which I guess another shooter game came out, it could have pulled it, I'm sure it pulled some people away for sure. It just seems distasteful to use that as an excuse. It's like, this isn't about Halo. It's like whenever something goes wrong and you mess up at your job and you try to say it's somebody else did it, and it's like, this isn't about them, it's about you.
I mean, look, how fast was it that, even look at Twitch numbers or Steam numbers, Battlefield 1 and 5 have had more players than 2042. So the argument about Halo is just, it's literally like, not like, it should have never been muttered from anybody from that company.
Yeah.
And to the player base, it's a cheap way out of saying, oh well, this, but we did do that, but it's because of this, and it's like, no, you messed up. Just own it. If you're ever going to get out of it, you're going to have to own it,
Yep.
and that was not what they did at all.
I
And
think I
I'm
think I think that
completely
would
done with it.
definitely I think that would definitely go a long ways with the people that are upset is if you just said, I mean, honestly, say the truth. Like we had all these issues and
Yeah.
stuff, people working from home, engine issues, and we wanted holiday sales for our shareholders. Like just we all know
Yep.
that's
And
what
we
it
launched the
is,
game.
and it's annoying that they won't say it.
It is. Just say it,
Just
and then
yeah.
say you're going to go try to fix it, or
And then
not, or whatever. But
and
like
then
beating around the bush like that's crap. We're never going to be EA game changers, by the way.
no, I'm already blacklisted.
It's
I
not going
know
to
that,
happen.
so it's fine. I'll be okay. I'm gonna pull through, guys. I mean, T's and P's appreciated, but we're gonna be all right. So the thing you said about other Battlefield games having more players is funny to me because also what she said in that was people expect more out of a live service game, and we stuck to how did she word it? We stuck to the same standards as previous Battlefield games, and I don't think you did. I don't think anything about that was up to the standards of previous Battlefield games. As low of a bar as that is for Battlefield launches, I don't even think they got there. But
And Battlefield's such a fun game, man. And we talk about it, and we've talked about it, and it's been talked about. But man, Battlefield 4, Battlefield, I'm Bad Company was amazing. I love that game. Uh, Man, it's just such a disappointment. Is it? It's a working game right now, but it is not the battle. It does not have many of the things that make Battlefield Battlefield, and that's what has turned off, obviously, the majority of the player base. It's not a freaking Battlefield game, man. Get it out of here.
yeah,
Title it something else, because it ain't Battlefield.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what and if they change anything and what they do. I don't know, but I know we talk about it. It's kind of like a meme on how we start the show every week. It's like the latest in the Battlefield saga, but I just thought the whole blame Halo thing was crazy, and some people, including myself, I guess, may have blown it a little bit out of proportion. But I just don't think there was any reason for her to put another game in her mouth. Like it's about you guys
Nope.
and owning what happened on your end, and I don't think you should be worried and concerned about what other franchises are doing, because honestly, like Halo and Battlefield are like like completely different games,
Not
different
the
styles
same
of games.
player base, bro.
Yeah.
Not the same.
So
People that were excited for Halo were not necessarily excited for Battlefield, and vice versa. But
yeah, and even Battlefield's
anyway, they
even Battle
messed up.
or
They continue to mess up.
kind of like me on this show. Halo is also
Words.
kind of dropping off too a little bit from I feel like a lack of content and stuff. Ooh, I know what I
Ooh, what'd you forget?
nothing. It's not important. I'll fix it. You'll never even know it.
Snacks?
No,
Snacks.
no, I can't. I might get stomach flu.
Oh, that's right. You better not eat anything.
I can't eat
You better
anything at
starve
all.
yourself for 48
Yeah,
hours so you don't poop your
true,
pants.
true. We can go on to the Warzone season 2 if you would like. I need to add something to the topics as well,
Oh, go ahead.
if I can.
Take your time.
I'm just gonna add it here at the end and see if people notice. World War III fits right on there.
Nobody cares.
I
This
wanna
show
talk-
sucks.
I want to talk about it does. I'm sorry. I want to talk about the audio at the end because they're changing the audio, and that's one of the big things that was wrong with World War III. And they need to get that thing on console. Okay,
Oh, yeah. Show sucks.
I know. Oh, I moved. I'm moving everything.
Are you okay?
I just
Flu.
deleted it.
It's all because of the stomach flu.
Can I redo? Yep, I'm done.
What did
I'm
the
not
petition
touching.
get up to for Battlefield 2042?
It got a decent amount over 2,000. Your picture's all grainy too because my internet's giving out on me.
Nobody cares.
Not really. So, yeah, it got up over 200,000. It was weird. It got taken off too. Like it got like deleted.
Really?
Yeah, it got like deleted and then it came back. It was really weird. So tell me tell me about Warzone Season 2, as you have played it a lot more than me. And to let you guys know, we are going to play some stream highlights of Walt's son Boone while we're chatting about this stuff. You can
Boone's
watch some
9, by the
awesome
way.
plays.
He's Boone's 9. He's a Warzone player,
Yeah,
and he's cracked.
it kind
But
of
it's
it
besides the
makes
point.
it makes me feel insecure about my own abilities. But yeah, that's him
No, we
popping
play
off
with
in the
Crash
background.
every Wednesday. We play with Crash every Wednesday
Twitch.tv/
over
beast
at
mode Boone.
that's the one. Season 2, man. I think they had that last week. We were talking about uh, them talking about how they messed up and they had the creators in, and uh, I feel and they delayed season 2 as well. They put it off. I can't remember 2 or 3 weeks. Delayed it. I think that was a good move. I feel like a lot of the problems that plague not all the problems that plagued Warzone, but like small things that I know was not easy to change on the back end on their side were changed. And overall, the both maps, Caldera and Rebirth Island, are playing very, very smooth right now.
What
Um,
what's the deal with the stealth buffs I've been seeing?
so that just kind of came out, which we were doing that 24-hour stream over the weekend, and we were playing a lot of Rebirth, and all of a sudden, man, I don't. When we started, I swear there was not any PPSHs, and then like sometime in the middle of the night, everybody was running a freaking PPSH, and it's like something's going on here. You know,
It's like
somebody knows something we don't know.
when J God tweeted or something, probably, or True Game Data tweeted.
Something happened, but yeah, there was a speculation of stealth buffs that were not in the patch notes, and 100%, man, they went and ran the numbers, and the PPSH is broken. The time to kill up close is, I
Wasn't
mean,
it
it far surpasses everything,
the
every other gun in the game.
the DPS, the damage was like over double, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, did you know that you can
So how does that happen?
I don't even like, is it because they got rid of all their QA testers? I don't know. That's like conspiracy theory, but that might have something
Yeah.
to do with it. Did you know though that you can help the stream by hitting the like button?
Oh, I'll do that right now.
Yeah, just a little pro tip. But yeah,
Nice.
there
I like
what
it.
thanks for that.
You're welcome. I
Wasn't
do like
there
it.
wasn't there another gun that was like there
Well, I
was
mean,
I thought
the Bren is still broken as well. Um, I don't think the Bren's been as bad as some of their other broken metas in the past, but it's to the point now where people are definitely tired of it. Like you can't really use an AR on Caldera. The Bren's not near a problem on Rebirth Island because it's plays. It's like a completely different game. But the Bren hits like a truck, and it's extremely easy to use, and none of the ARs will touch it. And especially with Vanguard Royale being in the game right now, and the Vanguard snipers not being very good at all. Um, I don't know. It's kind of let the Bren run free because it's kind of hard to counter with a sniper because the sniper sucks. There's no ARs that'll take it down, so it's kind of like a Bren or be Bren type situation, and it's definitely a PPSH or be PP'd on.
PPP
I mean, that's just the way it is. A PPSH is crazy, man.
UPP or get
It's
PP'd on.
it's
That's gonna
nutty,
be.
and I hate that, man, because I don't know. Rebirth's still in a better spot to me. Um, because you can use multiple guns up until this PPSH deal, but now if you don't have the PP, you're getting PP'd on, like I said. But AR wise, you don't have as many long engagements in that game mode, so it's still a little more balanced. It's balanced out there. If you want to use a Cold War AK, fine. XM4 is fine. EM2, it's fine. Freaking AMAX, it doesn't really matter. Car 98, Swiss, there's so many options. Um,
But then
I don't
like
know.
the but in Caldera, isn't there the Car 98s and the stuff from when I was played Vanguard Royale? If my brain would please work with me here. The snipers were terrible. I thought like the World War II Car 98. junk, isn't it? So you have
There's a
all these
couple
brands
builds
and
that are
stuff.
decent. Like so for Vanguard Royale, it's you can use it. But if you're going up against a freaking in regular BR with all the guns, that's not the gun to pick. You know, so I still don't think they're as equally balanced with the Modern Warfare or the Cold War snipers.
Yeah.
And I thought they had done such a dang good job of making it a little more open with multiple guns to use, and now we're back to a pretty set meta right now, and I don't like that.
I did notice
I don't
that
like that.
how I mean right up honestly it was right up until the PP. The PP was whipped out. Um
Yeah,
that you
they whipped that thing out and
you could
shut
use
everything else
you
down.
could you could use all kinds of stuff because I remember there for a while
Hmm.
on just on Rebirth. I was using like XM4, I was using Cold War AK, and I was using
Yeah.
MP40 still, and like I was using several different
Yep.
guns to run along the Car 98 Modern
Me too.
Warfare and doing just fine. So
Dude, I
like
had like 6 Modern Warfare classes, or
yeah,
6 loadouts with the Car 98, with like a Cold War MP5, Modern Warfare MP5, MP40, the Bullfrog. Like they were all just felt like they were good, and that's great. And then you get to figure out which one you like best and use that. Not be forced to use a gun you don't really like or have to use it because it's freaking double the damage at point blank range.
yeah, that's pretty wild. You need to put in a
And I'm
good
gonna pack
dip,
a dip on that one.
put your good weege in there.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. And then I guess the other thing that hasn't been talked about, or has been talked about but hasn't been seen officially, is this whole King Kong thing.
Yeah.
What?
I don't, man.
I
I'll tell you this much.
is it the Krampus coming back or what?
I didn't hear one person that said, "Man, I really loved Krampus." If they put freaking King Kong in Caldera, people are gonna lose their ever loving minds.
It's got to be a separate game mode. Like I don't know. I saw somebody
Like here
look.
comes King Kong off the peak, just boom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people are gonna be pissed, man.
You're on like a 20 and you're in the final circle and everything's going great and then King Kong just comes in and doo-doos on you. I just
Yep.
no. I think battle royales inherently are random. They're random as shit, and adding more randomness is not the play. But I could see it being like a
No.
promotional thing, maybe like with the movie. Like I guess there's a like Son of King Kong movie or something that's in production. That it could be going
Probably.
along with. I'm sure it's something like that, but maybe it. Hopefully, what I'm saying is hopefully they learned from the Krampus and people hated it and they put it in a separate play mode. Like if you want to go see King Kong and fly bombers
They're
at
gonna
him,
have to.
yeah, put it in a
You go
separate
see
put it
King
in a
Kong
separate
over
deal.
here. Yeah. I mean, I'll go play it. I'll probably play it a couple times. Be like, "Holy, there's King Kong!" Oh, boom, 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 blow him down, and be like, "All right, let's go back to the island."
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it'll
kind of
be interesting to see how they incorporate that stuff going forward.
it's kind of like the arcade or the limited time game modes. Almost in every game like Rainbow Six and stuff, they have the weird like fun little promotional game modes and like they're cool to check out, but it's just something that not really I don't play it like that often. I don't get that excited about it. And then what's
But on
coming?
the upside of season two, for me, in Caldera, I know, and this is another thing that kills me as well. It's like you have people on both sides of the fence. I'm over here like I just want to play a good game. I want things to improve in a way. And one thing that was definitely hurting in Caldera, you've played it with me. We've got some dubs out there. One of the biggest things that was hurting for me was the mobility around the map. The vehicles sucked. And on foot, it felt like you were fighting uphill the whole time. So it was like this running simulation that Verdansk didn't have. And I don't know, it was weird. And they added the balloons in. So now you have some people saying, "Oh, well, they stole that from Apex. They suck."
PUBG.
And then you have those people that say, "No, Apex stole it from PUBG. The Warzone stole it from PUBG." It's like, dude, look, we need a better way to traverse the daggum map. How else are you going to do it? You know what I mean? Like give people jetpacks? No. You put a big balloon there and let them go. But it's helped the flow of the map dramatically. You know, you can actually move around. quickly. They fixed gliding a lot, deploying your parachute. You can literally jump off a rock and deploy your chute if you want to, like the stream. But I don't know how many times in that game I would jump off something I should be able to pull my chute on. My chute wouldn't pull, and I'd break my ankles.
I never did that.
In Caldera, especially.
I never broke my ankles.
No, you most of the time got picked up by the wind and blown into the water, but we won't talk about
It's
that here.
Rebirth Island is one of the windiest places on the planet. That's a fun fact for those of you playing at home. There is a
Yeah, it's
lot
windy out
of
there. Be careful.
violent wind gusts out of nowhere that'll take you
Watch
into the
those
water
gusts.
on accident,
And you can't swim because you did not learn to swim as you were preparing for battle. They did not teach your ass how to swim.
yeah,
Okay?
I mean,
Can't
it's
do
not your fault. It's the wind. So I mean, if it happens to you, it's okay. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
I just want you to know. And then didn't they help with the
But some
vaulting?
good changes.
They helped with,
Vaulting's a lot better too.
because that was abysmal. That's always been abysmal. It's like Call of Duty is one of like the most mobile first person shooters. Apex might be, I mean, they're close. They're a little bit different. And like, I feel like Call of Duty is like a little faster and Apex is a little smoother, but they're both really fast. But in Apex, you can climb anything. You can jump off anything. You can't take fall damage. You can climb walls. So it's really, but in like Call of Duty was way bad the opposite way. And like trying to get over rocks and stuff was just like,
Agreed. But
so
they did
frustrating.
fix a lot of that. They fixed a lot of that, and they tweaked their modes too. And I think it's good. Like Vanguard Royale, you can't buy a UAV. Now that's really made some people mad that like to go chase red dots. But to me, it's made it play more like I think a BR should be played. UAVs are still available to get, but they're a lot harder to get. It's a lot more rare. You can't just get a lot of money and go buy all the UAVs you want, because that does turn it into a chasing red dot fest and not playing the game and playing for any kind of position. Because you take the UAVs out, you have to play for position. You have to do certain things that you don't necessarily have to do when you can literally put up constant UAVs, especially when, in the early days of Caldera, you could literally pick up as a team $100,000 before the first circle closed. It was insane. So it
Yeah.
was like UAV, 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 triple birds, blackbirds. It was like, oh my God. So I like that there, and you can still play that way in the regular BR, still have UAVs, but I like that they're kind of changing that up and trying some things.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's one of my things that frustrates me with Call of Duty, because I like, I guess I tend to like the little more hardcore shooters from time to time, like Tarkov and Rainbow and stuff like that. And that was always one of the frustrating things. Like somebody had a huge advantage on me because they had a UAV and they knew where I was. And I just, that's not where I go. Like when I'm playing a game, I'm looking, and I'll look at the map to see where I think someone will be based on like the circle and where buildings are and stuff like that. But my first thought in a shooting game isn't to look at the mini map, and that's to my detriment in a lot of those games.
Right.
Because you can really,
especially
really
with this one.
Yeah, you can use those really well.
Yep.
But that's been one of the things that has
they've done a fine job as well.
I feel like I'm the old man on the lawn, like get off my lawn kind of boomer shooter gamer person.
You're 35 now. Happy birthday, by the way. This past weekend was Crash's birthday, everybody. You should wish him a happy birthday. He's the oldest guy with the crappiest show on YouTube.
It's terrible. But I am it's just a small regional broadcast program. But I'm firmly in the club of people that are not interested in birthdays anymore. Like if they could stop coming, I would be happy. I'm done with birthdays. I would not like to
you're
get
halfway to 70 now.
Oof.
Halfway to 70.
It's so bad.
Yep.
But in the spirit of being a really old man, I mostly like the movement and shooting it like in Call of Duty. It's really smooth and it's a refined shooter for sure. But sometimes I wish that it was a little more hardcore, and I know that's one of the reasons it appeals to the masses, because it's a lot more accessible. But I think it would be really interesting if they got rid of all the random stuff, if they got rid of score streaks, and got rid of like dead silence, which they've cut back on a lot, like stuff like stopping power rounds. I know they cut back on that, but like pretty much most of the stuff you can get in the buy, other than like maybe armor or buying your friend back. If they got rid of that, I think it would be really cool, and you'd have to rely more on your instincts and map awareness, and I mean, it
For sure.
would come more down to like how you move, how you rotate across the map, and putting yourself in a good position and learning positioning. That's PUBG is like, and it's like 60 to 70% positioning. Like if you're in a good win, you got to read the map and know where
Yep.
to go and what's going to be the best spot and if it's worth fighting for or not. So
I
that's
feel
how I
like
see
they
battle
can do
rest.
that though. I feel like the foundation. I feel like the foundation for that game you're talking about is in Warzone,
It is, but
and
I think
I feel like they're kind of trying to pull it out with like this Iron Trials. Um, I don't think that's it necessarily. I do think a higher time to kill is a good thing, at least in a mode that you can go play. Like have it in a different playlist or whatever. But to me, they have room to try things, test the player base, let them try these things, because they could literally make it a little more hardcore, like no dead silence, no any kind of stopping power, nothing, no loadouts, no UAVs. Then you've got a completely different game on your hands
yeah,
immediately, and up the time to kill by about 100, make it 250, 300,
it would be
and
awesome for me,
yeah,
but I don't think the masses would enjoy that too very much. And I think, gosh, I really sound old. I think like the streamer culture gets to be around like crazy plays, high kills, cool clips, and stuff like that. And without a lot of those things, it'd be harder to do. But
hmm
and then at the end of the day, though, like that stuff is in the game and everybody can use it. So like, I mean, it's not like
yeah,
unfair, but
and most
it's
things have a counter. Most things have a counter,
yeah,
but not everything.
it'd be
Tracker still doesn't have a counter where you can see the footsteps. Dead silence, there's no counter for that either. So,
hmm. Yeah,
but
some of the
most things does have a counter. Even UAVs, I mean, get Ghost. You run Ghost, you're not visible on a UAV unless it's a Blackbird.
yeah, and
But
cold blooded or whatever for that recon perk, the wall hack one that I use
yeah,
all the time.
they should have never added. That was the dumbest thing they
That
put in
one's
there. That was
rough.
so
That one's
stupid.
real rough. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably never see it. But Iron Trials is a really cool shift in that I feel like more tactical, hardcore style direction that I like. I'm excited. I never played it on the big map, so I'm excited to try it on Rebirth Island.
Yep. Oh,
It'd
we're
be
going to
pretty
run some
fun.
Rebirth Island Iron Trials duos. We're going to set aside some time to do that
Yeah, we'll have
for
to give it
sure.
a go. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else about Warzone Season 2? Yeah, going back to our first topic, the other interesting thing is that Call of Duty has already put out a roadmap, and Season 2 is already going, and Battlefield is still waiting several more months until Season 1, or we even know what's going on. So
That's,
that's where we're
that's
at.
another place Call of Duty's winning right now is all right. They've announced they're working on Warzone 2, right? We kind of know what's coming, but the current game they're still piling it on, man. They know it's broke. They've said it's broke. They said why it's broke. They know they're not going to fix everything, but they're still trying to make it decent. We're still getting these stealth buffs come through and whatever. But their season 2 roadmap was pretty impressive. I
Yeah, there's a
mean,
lot of stuff on there.
a lot
It
of stuff.
it was it was. You think those stealth buffs are a mistake? Or you think they did it on purpose to get people to like change up to shake up the meta or whatever?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would like to think it was a mistake or so, here's what I have in my head, okay? I see some rogue employee like Crash. Think about Crash in Raven software right now. The update's about to push. Crash goes in to PPSH. He doubles the damage at early range. Nobody sees it. It goes out. Nobody knows but Crash. I think there's a guy like that in there pushing buttons. That's what I like to think, but I'm probably wrong.
Some guys like, hey, watch this, and
Yeah,
then
watch this. Wait 2 weeks. Somebody's going to find this.
that's awesome. I'm trying to find. There's that loadout meta thing. Oh yeah, the PPSH is
Oh, dude,
climbing.
there's nothing to touch it, but
But you can see the pick ratio. I don't know. You guys can see this regular. Let me switch over to it. So you guys can see that the PPSH is up 8%, and I don't know what the time frame is on that. I'd have to take a look. I'm not sure like what the time, but it's up 8%. The KD is up a bunch to 128. Can you even see that disaster?
Yep.
Yeah, the well gun is still really high KDs.
Well, the best two are the MP40 and the well gun, minus this absurd PPSH.
It
But
looks
like
like the
the 40 and the MP40 and the well gun are they're not terribly overpowered, but they're really good. And it kind of you can kind of pick between those two, and that's what I like.
but you
You can
think
pick between those two and figure out which one you like better, which suits you, and you can use it and to kill somebody with the other gun. If you come up against a PPSH and somebody with half a brain, you're dead. I hate that. It really
yeah,
ruins the experience.
I'm sure they'll fix it as fast as they fix the DMR.
I think they'll fix it faster than that because opposed to those days, things have been a lot faster with communication and fixes. Like we've not had a broken gun that's, you know, I say that, but we've not had a broken gun that's lasted as long as the AUG and the DMR did. Holy, that was like literally 3 months of hell out there.
Yeah, that would. Oof. Except my KD actually went up like a lot from
Because
during
you're
that
really good with
disaster.
Sapphire guns, so
It's not true. It was just a disaster. I don't know why, because I am historically pretty terrible with tap fire, like single fire weapons. I don't know why. It's like so using the mouse or whatever. It's like walking and chewing gum at the same time for me. Like when I tap my finger, my hand just stops. That's all, and it's bad. It's a bad
uh,
thing. It's not good.
it's a short between your brain and your clicker finger,
Yeah, everyone liked the stream.
milliseconds. But
So now,
please
guys, guys snuck that in there.
hit
Do
the
it.
like button.
Yeah, do it or don't. I mean,
Makes
that's fine.
Crash tens of thousands of dollars every time you push that like button.
Guys, we can continue to rake in. Thank you, Sad Balls. Tens of dollars a month on YouTube. I appreciate it. Massive content creator. Okay, so
Huge.
looking, I feel like so their roadmap was pretty awesome, and this is another roadmap that I thought was pretty awesome. Are you good on Warzone?
I'm done.
You've had it.
That's all, man. That's where
Tired
it's
of
at.
it? Okay, we did it.
That's where it's at. I'm ready for a Rebirth Island um, revive, and I'm ready for Rebirth Iron Trials, and I'm ready for them to get their broken guns fixed. Hopefully next week they'll be fixed.
Yo,
I feel like they'll push an update this week, but we'll see.
um,
And the next roadmap,
this is another.
Crash's old game
This
here.
is another road. This is an old game that I quite enjoy, but hardly play anymore. But wish I could find friends to play it. So if you
Year 7, man, that's insane.
I know it's crazy, and they're really supporting the crap out of it too. And there's some really cool points in here I want to talk about. I think this drops on the test server tomorrow, I think, and that's the one thing that's kind of cool about Rainbow Six is like they announce this stuff right before it goes on the test server, so it's pretty cool. There's like some up and downs to the test server. Like sometimes, like I feel like it kind of kills hype a little bit because people can play the new content before it like really releases. But yeah, I love this game. I love the depth to it. I've said it before. Like some of my best times playing video games are with a 5 stack of friends playing ranked, man, and just sweating it out and competing. It's so much fun. And they're addressing some things in here that made me quit playing. So I'm kind of excited about it. So this is on the test server Tuesday, and I think since the team that works on Rainbow Six is exclusively working from home now, and I think since they did the working from home, these generally come out 3 weeks later onto the main server. So this goes live like 3 weeks from tomorrow, I think, and tomorrow is it on the test server, and that kind of kills. Excuse me, that kind of kills hype because people have like seen it and stuff. But I don't know. I appreciate them testing stuff out before they put it in the game.
For sure.
So yeah, this is a game that you can get for like $10, $15 a lot of times, and I've gotten a lot of time out of it. And yeah, we actually get new maps again this season, which is really cool. And I don't know, I feel like Ubisoft does a lot of really, really questionable decisions, like Hyperscape and X Defiant. Like I don't get it. Like they're making so many questionable decisions right now, but I feel like one of the things that they're doing pretty good is Rainbow Six Siege. If any of you guys out there in YouTube land or Rainbow Six players, join my Discord, reach out to me. I would love to get some people together to play again because I miss playing this game, frankly, and I don't really enjoy it by myself, but it's pretty fun with a stack of people. So Discord link is in the description. If you're a Rainbow Six player and can carry me to platinum again, I would appreciate that. So this season they're adding attacker repick and team deathmatch. I think one of the biggest things this season is a new map. So it's been 3 years since a new map.
So year 4 they came out with the last new map. Wow.
Yeah, and what they've been doing is reworking old ones, like changing them based on like data and stuff, and they make them a lot more balanced and competitive, which is pretty cool. And then what they're really starting to do this year, so like as an overview for year 7, some of the really cool stuff, team deathmatch. So you can go in, you can play maps and learn them in a respawn mode, because a lot of times one of the biggest things about Siege is like if you're new, like if you haven't played it and I take you in there, you're gonna go in, it's a 3-minute round in ranked, 4-minute round in casual, you're gonna die, and then you're gonna sit there and watch us play for 4 minutes. But
that's not, because that was always my main deterrent when we talked about Rainbow Six was, hey, I've never played it. And at this point, 7 years in, probably the people that are still playing it are pretty goddamn good.
yeah,
So how do you know, hopefully that will help add a gap and help people like me if I want to pick up the game. I can hop in and at least, familiarize myself and still get some used to the guns, used to shooting, used to the recoil, and figure some things out without jumping in, like you said, and dying
for
and sitting
sure.
there
And
and spectating.
yeah, and you can get used to the mechanics because like there's no jumping. Leaning is like a really big deal that's used a lot. And the guns are just kind of a weird. It feels different, and you can get some repetition and learn the mechanics a lot better. They're adding match replay to consoles in this next year. Console gets a lot of love, which is really cool because I feel like there's been kind of like a vibe around Siege where they just worry about PC mostly, and console is like an afterthought. But a lot of people play console, so they're doing a lot of stuff for console. But what you touched on, where like it's a little intimidating for you to play because of the big, like the large barrier to entry. At the same time, they're doing a lot of stuff to fix that. One of the things you run into are Smurfs. Like if you play ranked, and one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, is Smurfs. So people will just make a new account so they can play at lower ranks, or they'll debuff, or they'll throw games to D rank and get down, and then they'll turn it on, and you're going to be playing plats and copper and just get destroyed. What they're actually doing, they started putting out a blog about what they're doing about anti-cheat. They've started putting that out like I think they're going to put it out quarterly, but this time they made it to where you have to have a single cell phone number that goes with your ranked account, and it has to be verified. And they're working with a third-party company to keep people from using the websites where you can like rent a phone number or whatever. So I think that's really cool. So that's going to cut down on Smurfs. People having multiple accounts. So a lot of times people will have Smurf accounts. They'll have an account. They'll play with their friends and rank up as high as they can, get to plat, diamond, whatever, all the way up at the top. And then they'll have a Smurf account where they throw games. They'll beat the crap out of you and dominate you. Or some people have cheating accounts. So they have accounts that they'll turn cheats on and play with, and then they'll have their main account and stuff like that. So I think cutting down on the multiple accounts are awesome, because when the ranked system of Siege is working appropriately, the key of it is to find people to play with that are at your skill level. And in the games that I've played where that's happening, it is so much fun because the games are so close. All the rounds are nail biters. It goes into overtime. Like, it's awesome to play against people with your friends that are like of the same thing. And the other thing that they're going to change, they're going to add a shooting range, which people have been wanting for a long time. Attacker repick is going to change. It's going to change the game a lot. So that's where you used to have to lock in what attacker operator you were going to play, and then you would drone out, get in there and play. Well, now you can drone it out and see, like, they have another operator and you want to counter them, you can change your operator before you spawn in. So that's going to be really interesting. It's always been in like ranked, in the lower areas of ranked, I feel like it's really defender sided. It's kind of a lot easier inherently to defend because you are just holding your ground kind of, and it's up to the attackers to pick a direction and a way to come in. And this adds a little bit of counter ability. I
I might
feel
have to
like.
pick it up and try it with some of these changes they have coming.
Yeah,
I wouldn't care to try it.
it's pretty cool. And if enough people come back to it, I feel like you, there's all skill levels to play against, right? And you'll be able to play against people that are your skill level. And like I said, that's when Siege is like the funnest. Is when you're playing against like people that are your skill level and you have, matches going into double overtime down to 1v1s and trying to win. It's really cool. I
I
was gonna
wonder. I wonder if everybody that's watching, if they've liked the stream yet.
I've really
Look
been
at you.
I've really been thinking about that a lot too.
It's been on my mind. But Rainbow Six, I like. It's pretty impressive. They're in year 7 and they're still coming with content like that, man. It's like holy.
Yeah. I
Not
was
many games have made 7 years with updates.
I was looking at the player numbers. Yeah, it's a really interesting game. It's like one of the games that I put in with Tarkov. It's really hard to get into and it's an incredibly deep game and it's difficult and I just don't feel like there's anything else like it. Like it's like you have like Tarkov and you have Siege and then you have like I guess it's kind of similar to Valorant CS:GO in a way, but just with the soft destruction and all that stuff, it adds like a whole different dynamic um to the game. I was looking to see how it was doing on Steam charts. It'll be interesting to see how a new map if a new map and some of these changes they're making um brings people back into the game because I would like to see it work and people come back to play it because I think it's a really cool game and I think a studio that supports a game 7 years should be rewarded. Like sometimes I'll buy the battle pass even though I won't even be able to finish it. I'll still buy it to support them a little bit because I appreciate supporting a game for 7 years. A lot of free content.
I wonder if they're going to do like this, if they'll ever do a sequel, like remake the game. I wonder how you would know better than I would. But you think about a game like R6 that's crossplay.
Man, I don't know. Um,
Is it doable? Is it possible? Because I mean, I don't know. Could there be a game like R6 or a spin-off of that that's crossplay, free-to-play mode?
I don't know. I don't think there'll ever be another Rainbow Six Siege game with this much stuff. I just don't. I think it's so complicated, and they went through a lot of growing pains. I don't think any other studio is gonna want to take something on like this, and that's how I feel about Tarkov. People are
I
talking
mean, how
about.
about them though? Could they take what they've learned and what they've built and spin another one out and
I
add some of these things that a lot of these, crossplay is almost expected these days?
Yeah, but like just my personal opinion. Okay, I feel like a competitive game, especially if you're gonna play ranked, should be input based. So I could see them doing. I guess I could sign on for total crossplay with I guess aim assist and stuff to balance it. It makes me grumble, but not in ranked. Like I think if you play ranked, you should have a keyboard and mouse rank, and you should have a controller rank, and they should be kept
Yeah.
separate. Because right now how it sets you can't. I mean, there are a few people who have done it. There's a few streamers. I think Priest is one of them, who can hold their own on PC with a controller. But like the overwhelming majority of people will get destroyed. Siege is a completely different game on console and on
Right.
PC. Like it's just completely different. As someone who's played both, like it's wild. I don't know. And I talked to Get Flanked about a Siege 2. On episode 3, I think, of this show, we had Get Flanked on. So massive Rainbow Six creator. It was awesome to talk to him. That he doesn't he's kind of on the fence about it. Like, I don't know. So and
See,
I think
I'm here outside looking in. Like I'm a guy that's like maybe I will try out Siege and maybe I won't. Here's what I see working out here. Here's what I like in the game. You know, I just I don't
yeah.
know.
I think they're I mean Warzone did some crazy stuff by getting consoles or controllers and mouse so balanced. Like they're inherently different and some have advantages and disadvantages at certain ranges, but to get an overall game that's like pretty close, like console versus controller. Like you can play together, and it's pretty similar. Is pretty commendable, I think. But some of the stuff they're doing to console, um, they're also adding aim control, so they're adding a bunch of stuff to that. They're adding controller input resets, so they are changing. They're adding controller input binds, and they're adding FOV slider to console. So they're giving console like a lot of love in year 7. I mean, I guess you could argue and say this stuff should have been there way sooner, but I mean, I guess at least it's coming. But they're changing. They're doing. I was hoping that they would go back to two new operators every season and a new map every season would have been really cool. They are doing a new map every season, but technically one of them is going to be a new in season 2 is just going to be a new TDM team deathmatch map, which I think is kind of silly. I think that defeats the purpose of having team deathmatch where you can learn the maps. To have a TDM only map is kind of like beating the purpose a little bit.
The purpose. I can see that too.
I'd rather them do like a new map or even a rework, but just play TDM on the maps that you want to learn. I think it's one of the big selling points of TDM. But the 6th Invitational was awesome. Like it was super cool. North America team won, TSM. Ooh. So TSM won, their world champions. It was awesome. People were saying that NA was going to do terrible because they hadn't been doing well at the last several majors, but they actually came through and won the big one. So that was really cool to see a NA team win. Was hoping for Dark Zero, but it ended up being TSM. But it was just really cool to watch. I watched a lot of Siege, and it got me like super hyped up to play because I think it's a game that's like so cool for an esport because it's so deep and it's so competitive. Like I don't know, it's a lot of fun to watch. If you've never watched esports, I like watching Rainbow Six esports. I'm sure like Valorant and CS:GO and stuff are pretty similar, but I like it a lot. So
like it a lot.
Oh, the other thing. Hold on. Let me get my production team to pull up. Where is this? Was cool, this vid. Check this out. You can see it, right? When I go to it.
Show sucks.
Show's terrible. I gotta get a new producer. I feel like my producer and the guy that runs like the overlays and stuff is like really the weak link here.
That transition is so smooth though. My God.
Really is. I mean, it's probably the best part of the show. It is.
What are we looking at?
So they're setting up some new stuff with the lore as well. So this is about two sisters, Sophia and Ella, who are operators in Siege, and talking about how one of them's they're setting up kind of like a storyline of Nighthaven versus Rainbow Six, like the Team Rainbow against Nighthaven, which is a private contracting company. And this is just like a really cool cinematic like story thing that's like, it almost looks like a movie, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's really cool to see these type of cinematics with the operators that you play with. I think it's really neat. But honestly, I feel like setting up Nighthaven versus Team Rainbow could set up Rainbow Six Siege 2 would be pretty cool, because then you could have all Rainbow teams on one side and all Nighthaven teams on the other side, have them actually go together. Because as the lore sits right now, everyone was on Team Rainbow, and the game you play is a simulation. Like they're practicing, so you're in a simulation practicing against the other operators. Like, so it would be really cool if it was like real life and it was like Nighthaven versus Team Rainbow.
Be pretty cool.
But I don't know, I just thought the cinematic was like pretty insane. It almost like starts me thinking down the rabbit hole that they can make movies now with just CGI and not ever like have actors anymore, just voice actors.
I thought about that with Battlefield 2042 as well, and was pretty excited about a couple of those they dropped. Exodus, whatever. What? Okay.
Have a drink of bourbon. That'll make you feel better. Dude, how crazy were the Battlefield trailers compared to the game?
The trailers are so insane.
So bad. I about got it. I about got
so good.
I about got into a petty argument on Twitter, but I stopped. Some guy on Twitter said that if you played Battlefield for 20 hours, you shouldn't be sad. You shouldn't want a refund. That's about as much as you would spend going to watch a movie.
Mm.
I wanted to say a whole bunch of stuff. I'll tell you guys. Like, I wanted to say a whole bunch of stuff about how that's wrong, and then at the end say, I really hope you get that EA Creator Network spot you're gunning for. Like, good luck, man.
Yeah, right.
Come on, dude. But sorry, not to get petty. Arguing on Twitter is not worth it, so I didn't.
I digress.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, yeah. In a nutshell, Rainbow Six is doing stuff. It's pretty cool, and I think it's one of the lone bright spots of Ubisoft's portfolio right now. And I know it's kind of leveled out with players and stuff. This is actually cool. It's Smoke face reveal. We've never seen Smoke's face. Operators, that's a face reveal. Yeah. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I think this should definitely be commended what they're doing with Siege. Cool. That covers that, eh?
Yay. Destiny, Apex, False Stock.
Dude, I got my. Oh wow.
We're all the way back to. Do I need to talk about Warzone Season 2 again? Because I will.
What a disaster, dude. Have you ever seen such a terrible show? Hold on, I gotta fix this. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Pow. Look at that. Fixed it, kinda. So Destiny, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I can be honest with you guys. I don't play this game. I have played it. It's pretty cool looking. It got a little grindy for me. I'm gonna be honest. If you're into that, that's awesome.
Not my cup of tea.
Just wanted to let people know that this new expansion that I'm playing the cinematic for right now, the Witch Queen, Witch with the W, okay, Witch Queen, little son of a Witch Queen, launches tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. And if that's wrong, just let me have it in the comments. Just absolutely shred me, dude, in the comments. I think that'd be fine. But I think it's tomorrow. They're doing something also with the loot. There's a mechanic in there. If you haven't played for a long time, you can come back and get buffed loot and stuff to try to get caught up. I feel like there's like some MMO stuff like involved in Destiny, but
you still have your little tracker on the wrong one. I'm just letting you know this show sucks.
Jesus Christ. All right, hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I have to, guys. Okay. Also, join the Discord if you're a producer or like any kind of technical person that would love to save the show out. I mean,
and if you've not already, like the stream.
Like the stream.
It's the little thumbs up button that gives them tens of thousands of dollars for every like.
Tens of dollars a month. So yeah,
thousands of something.
Destiny, it's a thing. You guys play Destiny? I would love to hear from you about it. Yeah, let me know. Again, in the Discord, there's a section for the scope. So also, I would also be down to have some guests on for a segment if there is interest in Destiny that are more knowledgeable than me to talk a little bit about Destiny. I think that'd be pretty cool.
The Hillbilly Man is not your man for that.
I'm not either. Sorry. But we're a news show. We have high journalistic integrity. We're incredible journalists here. And so
whole truth, nothing but the truth, except our opinions. That's the way it is.
I mean,
Apex is kind of crushing it though.
Here it is. Here's Apex on the Steam charts. Did you see how fast production was on that scene change? That was pretty good.
Apex is crushing it, bro.
That was pretty good. Yeah, so they're trending upwards. I saw an article that said they broke their player count on Steam. But anyway, in the last 24 hours, there were 350,000 players on Steam. So that's one, and I own it. That's free. Yeah, I'm a big rich Apex owner. I own this free game on Origin, so I play it on Origin. So not everybody on the PC is included in this number. That's wild.
That's wild.
That's a
I,
large number of people.
dude, I play it. I've played it. I've tried to play it multiple times. Um, I can't get it, man. I just can't hit a groove with it. I don't like it. I don't like the futuristic. I don't like that there's no fall damage. Personally, I like a little more rooted game, and I know Call of Duty is not the most rooted game in the world, but Apex is definitely not. You've got like these shadow monsters that make these, I shouldn't even be talking about this game. But I don't like the operators. I don't like how, I get them, I understand, and I understand why people like them, but I don't like them.
Yeah, and I don't know why I hate him in Apex, but I don't mind him in Rainbow. Not 100% sure. Like, but yeah, I get it. Maybe it's because it's in a battle royale, and like I feel like it's like if you die to something shitty in Rainbow, it's like we'll get him next round. In a battle royale, it's like back to the lobby.
And I don't know, man. The
But
game feels off to me, but I'm coming from like, a different style of BR than Apex is and what it's meant to be. And obviously it's hitting a lot of people and they really enjoy the game, which is great. But
I
it's not for me.
I definitely respect the skill ceiling there. Like you can get really good with the movement and the guns and stuff. Honestly, one of the turnoffs for it for me was like I felt like it took so many bullets to kill somebody, and the magazines and the guns were so tiny. It's like even if you hit someone with every bullet in the magazine, it wasn't a kill. So like I just felt like I was always reloading. And then the health, I like the health in Warzone, and they changed that to where like if you have 1.5 plates, you put a plate in, you have 2.5 plates, so it keeps that half plate, which I thought
Great
was
change.
really cool. And then the other thing was in Apex, it's like I didn't know like there's a whole bunch of different things to heal your person and your shield, and I'm like, do I heal my shield first? Should I heal my health? Is there differences? Like, and I never knew like what to do health wise. The guns felt a little weird, but I think that would just take something to get to. I definitely see it.
For sure.
I played with some people who were decent, and we got some wins and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. I see the appeal. It's just not like something I'm super into. But just like anything, like I would love to have a guest on here at some point to talk a little bit about it who knows a little bit more than I do about Apex. But it is absolutely crushing it with season 12.
What's the Twitch numbers on that right now, I wonder?
Let's look. I'll get
111,000.
Let me get my production team on that.
111,000.
What? Where is it? Not even on my thing. There it is.
It's on mine. 111.4K on mine.
Where's Battlefield 2042 at?
434 people playing or watching or streaming Battlefield 2042.
When I streamed,
watching it, whatever.
When I streamed on Twitch this afternoon, there were 270 people watching 2042. Which I know people come back and say that like it's not a traditionally like Battlefield's not a streamed game or whatever.
Dude, the times have changed, folks. Let's get with the program here. Times have changed. It's a very valid metric to the success of a game is how many people are watching it, especially with shooter games.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people.
It's just the way it is.
I feel like a lot of people watch games that they play, but they just can't play right now. Like I'll watch something like if I'm into a game like Tarkov and stuff like I've been super into the last few months, I'll watch that while I'm working because I can't play it. So I feel like the amount of people watching a game on Twitch is kind of a direct correlation to how many people are interested in that game, as
100%.
well as I mean, it's not like the be all end all. Like a game can be popular and good, and there's not as many people watching it. It might not be as entertaining, but at the same time, I look at all the things. So you look at Steam numbers, and I also look at Reddit. So I look at how many people are logged into Reddit. I feel like people who are on Reddit are interested in the game, and I think you can judge interest on that too. And the Battlefield Reddit is like pretty low, and I think it's just people that are mad and want to do stuff about it. But
yeah.
And then are you ready for something weird that neither one of us know anything about?
Vostok, the game built under a bridge by a man with one arm,
and no legs.
single
So
guy. I know nothing about this, by the way.
I honestly just saw a video by Big Fry talking about it on YouTube, and then it gets like Tarkov type vibes, and yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. I don't quite have a handle on the gameplay yet, but I definitely want to watch this video. So there is a video where the guy who's developing it goes on like an entire 30-minute talk about how he's doing it himself, what the gameplay loop's going to look like, stuff about the coding, the flow of the game, and stuff like that. Is it called Road? Hold on. It might be called, it looks like Stalker. Yeah. Road to Vostok. Yeah. So I think you go on, it's showing footage from Stalker, but like he talks about like what he's working on and how he wants to do it. And I feel like it's kind of like Tarkov, where it's like a survival shooter, but it's linear to where you are on this road to Vostok. So you have kind of a path you're following, which is kind of cool. Cause then it takes out stuff you have to learn, like maps wise and stuff. But he's showing like a bunch of different games and stuff. Let me see if I can find a clip where he's like, cause he showed some stuff like with the game, core mechanics, visual style. Yeah, so here we go. This is actual like where he's at with the game. The style of it, how it looks now. It looks really Tarkov-y. But this is actual footage of like where he's at with it right now. But it's got like leaning and like different kinds of cool mechanics and running and stuff in it. Yeah. It looks pretty interesting. So I don't know.
Vostok.
That's just another weird game to keep an eye out for, because I feel like, I mean, I think we need to keep tabs on these extraction type survival games. I don't know. I feel like with kind of Tarkov leading the way, that they're building it's just kind of, I don't know, the movement's building a little bit. If that makes any sense.
A lot of people want something different.
The inside of it looks like a 2042 map though, but it's just one man under a bridge
Building this game.
building this game.
Interesting.
How does he get power? I don't know. But there's like looter stuff, and I also need to get more in tune with what the hell Stalker is. Never played Stalker 1. Stalker 2 looks pretty crazy. I don't even know what kind of game. That's how terrible I am. You should fire me.
But before we fire you, I'm gonna like the stream one more time.
Why don't you go ahead? I mean, it's pretty fun.
I've liked it like 6 times during this session.
Me too. At least 10 or 20. So yeah. That's what's up with Road to Vostok. So that's something to keep an eye out. If you search that on YouTube, it'll pop up and you can see that dev blog. Also, it's in my Discord under media sharing, so you guys can see that on there. If you join the Discord, that's where you can find the link as well. A little sneaky way to get your butts into the Discord.
World War III's coming along though.
Let's talk about World War III just a little bit.
I've been interested in this game because I've still not played it myself, but I've watched a lot of gameplay on it. World War III overall is pretty intriguing because to me it feels like it is more in line with like a Battlefield 4 than it is. I don't know. I like where it's at. I like the visuals, but what's the new news on it? Like,
It's pretty cool.
where are we at with World War III?
So, if you guys have been around the channel a little bit, if you've been around Crash Games over on YouTube, you guys may have noticed 3 of the main things that I bitch and complain about with this game is the audio. First and foremost, the audio, the lack of maps, and that's going to be about it. That's going to be where the criticisms are, the 2 main things. And they have said that they are for sure working on audio, and they gave our first sample of it. I made a video about it on YouTube talking about it, showing an example of it. It was honestly pretty darn cool. The audio sounded a lot better. A lot of stuff remains to be seen. Are they going to work on footsteps? How's the directionality of it? I mean, I can't imagine games like Siege and Tarkov, how complicated the audio is. Tarkov still has a ton of audio bugs. So I'm still a little bit guarded on it. I'm not going to say the audio's fixed, guys. Let's go. Let's buy it. Let's get in there. Um, it's still a work in progress. The tweet that I have pulled up now is kind of interesting. It shows that there's free look. So
That's kind of cool.
I really like what they've done with the movement stuff. It really feels like Insurgency. Free look is in Tarkov. It's in PUBG. It took a lot of the things that I like. So you can be running, hit Alt, move your mouse, and you can look side to side. You can set that up in Tarkov as well. PUBG's that way. It's just pretty cool. So I thought I would show that. And then the other thing is the tweet where they talked about the audio, which was really cool. But they have leaning. There's a really kind of nerfed type slide. But the thing that's also interesting about this audio rework that they said they've been working on for a while, they said it's coming this week, so that'll be interesting. I tried to stream World War III on Twitch. I tried to stream it on Twitch, and I couldn't get in. Like I couldn't log in,
Really?
at all. So that was kind of sad. But there's them showing the new audio, but the graphics are actually really good. Yeah, I like the movement. It almost feels like Insurgency. It's pretty grounded, hardcore movement with like Battlefield type gameplay.
I've been hearing about World War III for a while. I almost feel like if it had been completely polished, uh, year and a half ago, it could be rocking.
Yeah,
If I feel like it's been sluggish to the getting to where it needs to be, and I understand it's a smaller team or whatever, but even these big teams can't get their crap together. But I feel like they're a little late to the ball game. I don't know, maybe not. I think it's going to be a successful game. I don't think it's going to be a wildly successful game at this point in time.
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like if they
Still might buy
add,
it.
yeah. So I feel like if they fix the audio, they add maps, and the cherry on top for me would be they're talking about making a esports type mode, like a competitive mode. And if you put a search and destroy mode in this game with the gun customization, the character customization, the lack of like score streaks and the hardcore movement, TTK, and the armor system, I'm playing the shit out of that. Like if they have an S&D type mode, I would love that. Like I'd be so excited. And that can be a really cool deal. You have like the DMZ is going to be a Tarkov light. I feel like if a game like this did an S&D mode, you'd have like a Rainbow Six Siege light. Like you'd have a more accessible Rainbow Six mode where you get that exciting gameplay at the end of every round.
Right.
You get the teamwork, the comms, and a little bit of competitiveness. Pyro, thank you so much for the $2. Yeah, what you're saying, World War III is too late. MW2 will probably kill it. That's like a super valid concern. The thing that's really funny about that is World War III, when it first released, Battlefield 5 kind of flopped with the community. And then as it was coming around, you can look at some of my older videos when we were hyped for 2042 based off the trailers and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, World War III is going to re-release and it's just going to get doo-dooed on by 2042. Well, here's another opportunity where 2042 shit the bed, and World War III has another opportunity. And then I feel like they're kind of against the clock against Modern Warfare 2. I feel like they're kind of a little bit different though.
They are, and I think there's definitely a difference in the player base between. There's a lot of Battlefield players that really do not like Call of Duty. I don't know if you knew that or not, but they despise it.
I have heard that, believe it or not, in my
Yeah,
comments.
but there's a sector of gamers out there like me and you. Let's be honest, dude. We'll play. We enjoy playing lots of different things, but World War III does fill that Battlefield niche like Call of Duty won't. So if World War III brings its A game and does it fairly quickly, I don't know if Modern Warfare 2 would kill it because I think there's still a subset of players out there that ain't gonna be playing Modern Warfare 2 anyway.
Yeah.
That
And
out of their core people, they'd be going after, But I
yeah,
don't know.
and then yeah, and I feel like if this game had like Battlefield type big maps, so like it has the tactical conquest or whatever, and then it has a TDM mode, and then if you had a small team round based search and destroy non respawn like round based mode, that game would have almost everything that I enjoy, like the large combat down to like the competitive S&D mode. Like oof, I'd play the poop out of that, to be honest with you.
Sad thing is that what's going to pull the Battlefield community, because Battlefield ain't doing it. They're either
No,
going to go back and play old games, wait for something new.
they really need to get this to console too. Um,
They do.
a lot of people have wished. I mean, there's a lot of people that play console,
I mean, there's a ton,
and
still more console gamers than PC gamers, right?
there's a lot of Battlefield fans that are on console that aren't excited for 2042, and
100%.
I just feel like um I feel like the whole glimmer of hope that console fans have for a game like this, Insurgency did it, and I feel like this could be the same cadence if it's successful on PC, and it's going to need audio and more maps at the very minimum. The audio is going to have to be good, and it needs more maps. There's like 2 or 3 maps, so it gets old quick. It feels like a beta right now. Um, the glimmer of hope that console players have with this is if you went to their content creator page, they were getting people on board to be sponsored content creators, and in the frequently asked questions, it said, are there going to be console creators? And they said eventually the plan is to add console content creators. So that gives me, it's at least on their radar. They've put some cryptic tweets on when people ask about console. They put some memes and stuff up about that makes you think like they're thinking about console and stuff like that. So
You know what's sad? I want to say this. Might get some, people might not like it, but I want to say it anyway.
are you going to
The
get us
truth
canceled?
is, maybe we may get cancel cultured here, but uh, it's true. Modern Warfare 2019 did Battlefield better than Battlefield 2042 did Battlefield with Ground War. 100%.
Yeah, but not better.
It did, man. It might be an unpopular opinion, but Ground War played more like the old Battlefields to me than freaking 2042 did.
I didn't. I thought Ground War was terrible. I would rather play
I
Battlefield.
didn't like Ground War that
I
much.
would play 4,
I
1, or
like Ground
5.
War a heck of a lot better than I did 2042, though.
I would rather play Battlefield 4, 1, and 5 than Ground War.
For sure. No doubt about it. Those did Battlefield
Man,
right.
I don't know.
I'm
I thought Ground War was so ass. Like, because of the score streaks were really bad. Like, there would be people.
They were.
There would be people
were.
farming kills, and like, did the score streaks or the kill streaks stack in that? Did they
Yes.
stack to where you could just keep?
They did.
Because you'd get into matches where someone. So there was on
Ground
the
War is a hell of a lot more polished than anything
It
about
was like, I guess
2042
you could
was.
say it ran. Some of the things it had over 2042 was it didn't crash every game.
2042, you get in and you can't see nothing, and then you have freaking helicopters and crap raining all hell down upon you, and it's just not even fun.
Have you seen those clips in 2042 where the people in the jets, if they load in faster, they can go wipe out the entire other team before they spawn into the game, before they loaded in?
Yep, I did.
Yeah. So anyway, I just remember in Ground War, like I played it like twice. I'm like, no, I'm going back to Battlefield 5. Like it's like they tried to do Battlefield, but it like didn't work. And I still like Battlefield 5 to this day. You guys can flame me and talk all the shit you want in the comments. I still like
Battlefield 5 got to a good place. Took it too long.
I like the game, but
Ground War's not better than Battlefield 5 or 1 or 4 or 3 or back none of, but it was better than 2042. I'm sticking with that.
I guess I don't know. It also had more than like 4 assault rifles and stuff like that. Like that's a whole nother thing too. Pretty wild. But yeah,
I'll tell you what, man. What if Call of Duty comes out and goes for that Battlefield segment of the gaming world with the destruction, with this, with that, and they actually took Ground War and made a freaking conquest mode?
Man, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll go to like the destruction and stuff like that. I think they might do another maybe do ground war again to try to hit that Battlefield player base a little bit and get them at least interested in the game. Like I feel like a lot of times that game mode they maybe knew like it wasn't balanced well and maybe it wasn't viable on its own, but it got Battlefield people who were disenfranchised with Battlefield 5, it got them curious, right? And they would pick
It
up the
did.
game to try it, and then like, well, shit,
It
this
did.
kind of sucks, so I'll just play the rest of the game.
And then we played Gunfight, and Gunfight was like, man, Gunfight was really fun.
I like
But
Gunfight. I'd play Gunfight right
I
now.
don't think Call of Duty is going to be Battlefield ever. I'm just curious with what they're going to come with next,
I don't know.
and what will ultimately end up filling the gap for what Battlefield 2042 should have been, or if there will be anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean they're gonna try their the DMZ zone possibly, which I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that, and I guess I don't have any like sources or whatever, but like I'm it's gonna be tougher to sell me on how a extraction type game mode's gonna work and be accessible and to like a COD style community.
Hazard Zone did it for like a week.
I loved the first two matches of Hazard Zone I played.
Right, dude, I enjoyed it the first 2 game sessions I played, and then I was, like
Then I
you said,
was
you beat it.
then I was like done. But yeah,
Sucks.
Ground War felt, and maybe they'll learn from it, but Ground War felt thrown together.
Oh,
It
Ground War's
just
a
it just
complete
wasn't near as
extra.
polished. Like the squad spawn didn't, the spawns were terrible. The score streaks didn't work in a game mode like that, just because the way like large scale Battlefield like conquest type games plays, like you can go and hide on the map somewhere and not die in camp. And well, if you can start to do that and farm kills, like games like that are farmable. Like you can park vehicles in certain spots where you can't get killed and you can farm kills. Stack that with score streaks where you can farm even more kills. Somebody knows what they're doing, it can get out of hand like
Oh,
really
dude.
fast.
Yeah,
Really
and it
fast.
happened in Ground War too.
Yeah,
It happened a lot
it
because they
did.
had, like, the attack choppers. Oh, man, it was bad.
It was crazy. I
But
just
I feel like Ground War was just like it was like a prelude to Warzone because they had that giant map, and they're like I think they were playing to some of the Battlefield audience with that game mode. They're like, "Well, let's just split up for Verdansk into these bigger chunks," but anyway, it'll be interesting to see if they move forward with that or if they try to tweak that going into Modern Warfare 2 at all, or if they just completely forget about it and leave it, and they've got a lot of other things to focus on, obviously, but
yeah, it would be pretty hard. It starts to spread thin, right? Like you have your core multiplayer, but I mean, you could argue, my grumpy ass would argue that that's copy pasted from every other COD. You
oh,
have
I'm done with it.
you have multiplayer, and you have all the stuff with Warzone. Hopefully, new rebirth maps, right? Like new small resurgence mode
It'd
maps,
be sweet.
and
What are they
then
gonna do with that in Warzone too? Anyway,
that would be pretty cool. And then you have the DMZ, which is another game mode, and then if they stack ground war on top of that, it's like starting to be pretty crazy. But they do have something like 11 studios or something working on it. I saw a
yeah,
whole list of all the studios working on the next Call of Duty, and it's pretty wild. Which more studios doesn't always mean
always
better
no, it doesn't.
games.
No, it doesn't.
2042. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about what I wanted to cover. I thought Vostok was interesting. Apex and Destiny has new content. Destiny is new content tomorrow. And other than that, do we do a little chat Q&A?
Yeah, are you drinking bourbon?
Duh.
You have any left? I'm gonna pour one more little sip for this last
Yeah,
section.
you can't see it because of my here. So I was always washing this with a paper towel because it had this leather thing on it, and then I realized you can actually take the leather
Take
thing
it
off.
off. Yeah, it's amazing.
I have about that much left.
I'm gonna sip on this bourbon. I hope everybody that's not already liked the stream will like it for the sake of our man Crash, because he's the best.
I'm the
You're the best, man. I appreciate you.
mm, I'm the
I know a
best.
lot of this community appreciates you as well.
I have a lot of fun making videos, and I super appreciate that there's a few people on the internet that watch him. I think that's pretty damn cool.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you and the community. I'm really cheers, and I'm getting deep in there.
As far as my arm will stretch.
I'll take it. So, guys, this is the end of the show. Thank God, right? If there's any of you guys that have any questions or comments, we would love to address them. I actually get them first up in OBS, so I can answer them before Walt does. Thanks, Beast Mode Mom. Shout out Beast Mode Mom. Yeah, if you guys haven't, seriously, go to twitch.tv/beastmodeboon and follow that kid. It's going to be amazing watching him grow up and watching his stream grow, his skills grow, and see where he ends up, because he's a good kid. He deserves all the success he's had so far and so much more, and wherever it takes him, it's gonna be awesome to watch. So
and his mom is super hot, like unbelievably smoking hot. She's questionable at Warzone, but she does play, but she is like a constant UAV. But her gunshot's not quite there, but she's smoking hot, and it makes up for everything.
This is a Christian stream. Keep it clean. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be fun to be a witness to Boone's rise in his career. It's gonna be fun. So I encourage you guys to follow it, and I'm super jealous that Boone actually got his name on Twitch, and I have to have a stupid 8 behind my name. So like, Boone's already got that going for him. He's already got Beast Mode Boone locked down on Twitch.
Yeah, you had Crash 8.
What do you do?
Twitch.tv/Crash.
And like,
are you kidding me? How are these people even going to find you?
Like legit. Sometimes when I'm bored or like I don't have anything going on, I will go to Twitch and I will sit there and change name, and I will type in every fucking variation of.
Why'd you have to pick a name like Crash?
Because, well, it started as Crash Bandipoop. And then, yeah.
Okay, Trevor. Go play something that you enjoy playing, man, because...
Thanks so much, would you suggest?
Don't stick with 2040. My advice, don't stick with something that you don't enjoy, or if you enjoy an older one better. I mean, there's more people watching and playing the old ones. If you enjoy one of the older ones better, go play it. Try the updates with when 2042, maybe they update and it fixes it, and then go back.
Yeah, Beast Mode Mom.
I'm sorry. Crash Bandipoop.
Yeah, that's how it started. I thought I was super funny. Yeah, I was Crash Bandipoop for like ever. And then I'm like, well, I want to make content stuff. Well, I should church it up a little bit and shorten it just to Crash. That's cool. Well, there's like 15 million crashes. I haven't ran into very many of them. If I ever do, I'm extremely defensive and mean. But
yeah. You're going to throat punch them and take their Twitch name from them, I guarantee it.
Well, what sucks is there's been no Twitch Crash user for like a long time, and that name is just sitting there. Nobody's using it, but you can't take it, so it's pretty scuffed.
Crap.
But anyway, yeah, Trevor, what I would recommend, just from like my limited this past year on YouTube, just make sure like whatever game that you decide to play, I think it'll come through in your content if you enjoy it or not. At the same time, really focus on your thumbnails, your titles, and your description. I don't know. I haven't seen like any of your content. I would definitely like to check it out. But a lot of that stuff, early starting out, you really want to focus on search results and getting in those search results. And then having the content to back it up to keep people around. Because if you get popped up in the search results and then you have good content, not a lot of intro and stuff like that, just get into what you're talking about and keep people there for most of the video. That's when it starts to get recommended and pushed out. With Battlefield, if you look at the YouTube trends, I'll pull it up. If we have a second, I'll try to. This is another really telling thing when people are like, well, it's just the Steam numbers. If you look on Google Trends, so Google Trends is another really good tool to use when you're starting out in YouTube, because it can tell you like search volume and stuff like that. You can also use tools like vidIQ and stuff like, oh my God, it's worse. Well, it's legit worse than the last time I looked at it. Holy Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That is the Google Trends search volume for Battlefield.
Oh boy.
Wow. So
She's
yeah,
really fell
Trevor.
through the floor.
And honestly, I will
People ain't
watch.
searching for it. You're making content on it. They ain't gonna find it. 'Cause
Yeah,
nobody's looking for it.
yeah.
But Google Trends is a hell of a tool.
And you can
Find
actually,
content people are looking for.
yeah, you can actually change it to YouTube search. I'm guessing that usually mirrors it. Oh,
Right there, you can see Crash's rise and fall.
yeah. So this
The
is,
worst show on earth.
if you overlaid the views of my channel, it would be very very much along these lines. But that's what I've tried to do with this show. Just to try to, I still love making content, and I thought this was a cool way to still cover some of what's going on with Battle. Fix the topic indicator. And still, but introduce other games kind of slowly. And I don't know, this, honestly, I know that this show is probably not going to be like super insane or crazy or ever grow or anything like that. I just have a shitload of fun making it and talking to you guys. And I don't know, it's just really fun. Other than that, I still plan on covering Battlefield and then covering games. Like if I would want to go for just views, I'm going to cover Battlefield games, and then people that other games that Battlefield folks would be interested in, like a World War III, maybe Tarkov, but maybe a little bit of Call of Duty and stuff like that. Because the thing about YouTube is, once you start to build an audience, it tests your videos out on that audience, and if they watch them a lot, it'll start to expand it to others. So you really want to try to cater to the audience that you've built, which is a little frustrating. I wish YouTube did a better job of recognizing when you change games. So like, what happens if I make like, I can go for views right now. Like, I can make a video every other day bashing Battlefield 2042, and people would eat it up and it would get more views and stuff like that. I just don't enjoy making negative videos. But if I make a Tarkov video, something that I've really been enjoying playing Tarkov, it'll take that Tarkov video and it'll send it to a bunch of Battlefield people who aren't interested in it, and then they won't watch it, and then YouTube will go, oh, well, his core audience doesn't think this video is very good, so the rest of YouTube probably isn't going to think his video very good. So when you're switching content, it's important to keep that in mind, I guess, and maybe try to do it gradually, which is what I'm doing. I don't know any other way, and I'm talking up here like I know what I'm doing, and I have a tiny channel, so take that for what it's worth. But that's just how I think.
5K, man. That's pretty awesome.
Watch Devin
Still
Nash.
today.
Watch Devin Nash.
Zach, I remember Crash Bandicoot. I played it. They came out with a remastered trilogy, and me and the boys play it. It's great. Anonymous Duck, he says step 1, become popular. Step 2, ask Twitch for Crash name. Well, step 1's already done. Check. He's popular. Now we just got to find the guy that owns Crash.
Yeah, you bet, Trevor. Anytime, dude. Like, I enjoy talking about that kind of stuff. Walt can attest to it. We talk about analytics and stuff all the time. It's a lot of fun, and I wish you the best of luck, dude. Yep. You can also, if you join my Discord, there's a self-promotion channel that you can post all your content and videos and stuff in the self-promotion channel, and I check it out and watch what the community's making too. So it's pretty cool.
For sure.
Insurgent, shout out, dude. What's up, man? The more bourbon I drink, the more shout outs people get.
Shout out, Insurgent.
Honestly, your
question. Been here a long time. I don't know why. This show sucks.
I don't know either, but he's really awesome and supports me on Twitch or Twitter and everything, so I appreciate it a lot. They could go back and support BFE and give it for free. Honestly, dude, like, it would never happen in a million years because they won't make enough money, but I am so down for Battlefield 5 DLC. Like, I would be so amped because they left so much on the table with that game, like with the Eastern and Western Front battles and stuff like that. Like,
they did.
I don't get it, man. Like,
Battlefield 1 had some, I mean, people complain about it because it was DLC and you had to pay for it, but and Battlefield 1 had some fantastic DLCs. I think.
Yeah.
I love the DLC content. I look forward to it, and you knew it was coming, and I was really sad when it ended.
I really like the mechanics of um Battlefield 5. Honestly, I think I tweeted this. It popped up in my head. I was like, uh take Battlefield 5, fix the recoil, make it predictable recoil, fix the screen thing so it's not always tied to the center of your screen so it doesn't always recenter, which is super stupid. Fix that. Get rid of attrition, get rid of vehicle attrition because it promotes vehicle camping, and give us some DLC for that game, and I'm happy. Like I'm not like super amped about it being a World War II game. Like I'm not excited about the World War II setting anymore. But at least it's a game. It looks good, it runs good, it feels good, it plays good, and which is better than what we got.
Yep.
Add the Arabian Legion. I'm all for adding everybody. I think having character customization and people that you can identify with in the game is awesome. It adds some immersion and replayability to it. And that's why World War III is absolutely knocking it out of the park with their customization. You can make your character look however you want. They have all kinds of country flags, like a ton
Have
of
you
different
made one
countries.
look like you yet?
In the first beta I did. I had a guy with like a Cousin Eddie hat. So had like the ear flaps out, and then it had he had aviators, and then he had like a Grim Reaper arm tattoo, and he wore like a stupid little furry vest, and I felt pretty good about it. Google it. Did you just get me canceled, Insurgent? Oh geez. Well, it's been fun. We had a good run. We made it to 6 episodes before somebody tricked me into getting canceled.
It's been a good run.
We had a good time. Been fun. But notwithstanding whatever that is, if it's bad, I don't like it.
Can we get this thing to 30 likes before we end it? I would love to see it.
Yeah, guys. If you get it to 30 likes, we'll end it. So that should be
24-hour stream.
That should be a massive incentive. I'm telling you, dude, I'm doing a reverse subathon on Twitch. I think if I do a reverse subathon, started at 24 hours, and every dollar I take an hour off, and then so somebody drops $24, I shut it down. Stream's over. And I make $24, and nobody has to watch my dumbass. Win. For everybody. Be perfect. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. You have anything?
Man, I think we covered it.
That was fun. You like
the scope?
You like the number there?
Yeah.
I got a tweet about that. That's pretty wild. I didn't notice it. I'd been watching it, like I check it every once in a while, but I hadn't seen that. Hadn't seen that drop. That's pretty insane. Yo, thanks, Buck. I appreciate that. Man, not true, but I appreciate it. So, yeah, I think that's fun. That's a wrap. I loved it. Appreciate it. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. I might stream there here in a little bit. Not 100% sure.
Twitch.tv/Crash8.
8. It's embarrassing to even say.
It's Crash8.
It's not fun to say.
And Crash 8 watt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sad. Really yes, builds that in nice.
Sad balls.
That guy. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for being there. So anyway, let's see. I don't think there's anything else. No, I just don't want to end it because I've had so much fun. Oh, special thank you to Sadballs and Pyroplasma for the super chat and the stickers. I appreciate the support very much. Thank you guys for that. Special shout out to the members as well for helping out. All the followers over on Twitch. We have a lot of fun streaming over there.
Oh my god, it just hit 31 likes. I knew we could do it, Crash. I'm so proud.
We did it. I gotta shut this up. I mean, I would like to keep talking, but we promised we'd leave people alone. We got to 30 likes, so I probably have to shut this off. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll hopefully see you next week. Next week on the show, giving Walt a break so he doesn't have to deal with this disaster. And we're gonna be having the guys from the Objective of Battlefield podcast. We're gonna have those guys on. They're super
It's a
awesome.
good podcast.
Dubfire and Only Slightly Bad. They have an awesome podcast. So they're gonna come in here, try to save this disaster, and it'll be pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know what's up. I've heard a few people say they haven't been getting notifications. Someone told me on Twitter that if you unding the bell and re-ding the bell, it fixes it. I don't know. I think that's pretty scuffed because there's people that want to watch a show that aren't getting noties. I don't know why. So we'll just try to keep doing it around the same time on Monday evenings. And yeah, hopefully they can try to come in here and save the show. Until next week, have a good week. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Play some
Bye,
video
Surgeon.
games.
Zach, Anonymous Duck, Sad Balls.
We love you.
Love
A
you
lot.
all.
Don't tell my wife. Okay, bye.